Okay, so we're doing some more viewer tattoos today. I'm not exactly sure what we're looking at yet. We'll find out right away here.
Excellent. Okay, so the first email says, "Hi there. I'm somewhere at the end of my suit. Right leg and right arm are several layers. Didn't get tattooed for over a year now because of the dislike for pain and healing process. I feel ya. But my motivation is coming back and I'm getting excited to continue getting tattooed. That was my first tattoo when I was 19 years old. Now I'm 25. It's a band logo / album cover."
Yeah, so this is Luan Weiss.
Oh.
This is the guy that sent us the Cyan bodysuit.
Oh, okay.
Remember when he was like, "I'm finished getting tattooed," and I was like, "No, you're not."
Yeah. Oh,
What the
okay.
fuck are you talking about? Of course you're not. You're that far and that fast of a time. You're not done at 25. Fuck that. You're gonna have a whole other bodysuit by the time you're done. This tattoo's not horrible. I don't love any of this style. I really don't. But
Yeah,
it's pretty
geometric
cool.
stuff is crazy to me.
It's
I
neat
can't
to
wrap my
see-
head around it.
It's neat to see his first tattoo after seeing like the whole Cyan evolution with he had like the raven on it and all
I
that
remember
stuff.
it.
I like this much less than that.
Yeah.
And it's nice that I mean, he included some geometric stuff in that suit, if I recall, but he did it in a way that it all kind of came together. This thing is too finished looking to be part of a much larger concept. All of these shapes would have been made bigger, and you could have made a whole sleeve where the end was almost the center, or whatever the hell that thing is in there, rather than being the center of the forearm. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this design could have been a whole sleeve.
Yeah,
And-
I agree with that.
and it would have
Like, if it was
spaced out
spread out.
better, and it would have been more striking. Everything was just done too small. So, fortunately, it seems as though he realized all of this himself. And what's interesting about when I was talking to Lily Lou was like that conversation that like anything that someone would come in with that they thought they wouldn't cover, they would end up covering there.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, so like, even if Lily Lou was just doing one part of their body,
And they were being protective of
was
something.
always planning on covering the rest of it too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, I've been saying that forever with Blackout. Like, if you start it, you're most likely going to continue it.
Well, and I mean, I'll use you as an example. When you started blacking out your first arm, it was, yeah, I'm going to save this. Yeah, I'm going to save
Yep.
that. And then, you know, it
And
all
I've seen that in
disappeared.
other people.
It all disappeared eventually.
Yeah, it's just it's a growing addiction, and there's no greater addiction than when you get into heavy black work. So, if you think you've got, like, most people, if they have one black sleeve, they're going to have two black sleeves before long.
Yeah.
And this thing was only a matter of time before it's gone.
We'll be there
once you started
eventually.
getting into bigger work. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next one. This one is from Lang. Says, "Hi Remy, my name is Lang from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hope you like this one."
I mean, I don't hate this so much. I do think that it's a little bit too segmented, but the fact that they've done another one of these comic panel things up top that we can't see here,
Yeah, I'd like to be able to see it.
it means that they could probably do a whole sleeve like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like strip, strip, strip.
Right?
But it's not really organic. You know, it's not really like flowing this way.
It's cool little color realism piece.
I also want to know, like, if it goes around the arm or if it's just on the front of the arm.
Right?
Like, where do those lines end? This is the kind of thing that needed a video with
Do we
it.
frame it off with hair or what?
I mean, I can't imagine they do too much. Like, because it's not like you're going to do the back of the head.
No,
You know what
but
I mean?
like the hair on the sides of the face would be a good way to frame it
I
off.
just don't know if it just cuts off suddenly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Hard to say. Give us more
I
pictures.
and I would really hate if it did.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause that would be
this is
abrupt.
really cool. I just want to see more.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's just too closed off for me. I don't like things to be this congested and like it just looks so hard, you know?
Yeah, it's tricky when it's like a box.
Mm-hmm.
So this next one says, been enjoying watching the progression of your tattoos and channel. I just got some more work done on my forearm. It's a combination piece between two of my favorite artists, Dali and Escher. I got it done by an artist in New York. Instagram is there. I'm happy with how it came out, and I am planning on going back to finish the rest of the sleeve with more Escher and Dali. What do y'all think? I'm also curious with how you all think this type of realism work will age. Keep up the great content. Love seeing you all push the possibilities of tattooing forward, and it's best regards from Jonathan. Oh yeah, so it's Salvador Dali.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I think that some of these shades are too soft to be long-term super like visible.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that some of this is just going to disappear.
But with that said, like, this is desaturated as fuck. So I think this is healed. I don't know though. It's hard to fucking say, really.
Yeah, I know. It's really
like,
weird.
They've done the thing where you take out so much saturation that the arm looks blue. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you're trying to get rid of redness, so you keep desaturating, and eventually it's so dull that it's lifeless. So I don't know what that shade there actually looks like. But with that said, I don't hate this. It's just everything is a little too small again.
Yeah.
I think this could have been the full sleeve.
This could have been a back piece.
This whole scene could have been a back piece, yeah.
I think.
I mean, they can keep building the scene, but like the problem with that is like for perspective wise, what's going to be above the birds?
Yeah.
You know?
I just worry that it's not going to age well.
Well, I mean,
there's so many very light little.
I mean, everything could have just been darker. Like, you could have done the exact same thing and just had everything be darker, and then I think it probably would have been a better fit to age well, like if that was your primary concern. Overall, I do think there's some really cool stuff here.
Yeah, I think it's wicked. I just wish it was on a back.
I want to see, the bigger version of this, and also just the darker version of this.
Bigger and darker.
But overall, I do think this is a cool looking sleeve, and
super neat surrealism.
See up here we can see the top, and the style clash is going to be a real strange one to try and bring together.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what the hell happens there. You needed a limb for this. I feel like a whole limb just dedicated to this style.
Oh, I think the back.
Yeah, and it does look fresh here because you can see now with that top stuff.
Yeah, and that's probably why they pulled the saturation.
Well, that's always why.
For sure.
Like, so I don't know how light that is now. Like, some of that will probably almost be invisible.
That's what I'm worried about.
So
because it looks really awesome how it is right now, but it always lightens up.
All those soft shades of gray are going to be real mellow when they chill out. Mm-hmm. So we'd almost need to see the healed one for that. Anyway, we're moving along.
All right, so this one's from Andrew. It says, first off, huge fan, Remy, and thank you for all of the content. Sending a couple of tattoos from my main black and gray artist. Two-headed raven representing Odin's ravens. Ugh, I can't talk. And I can't. Swedish, Norwegian, Hugin and Moonin. Also, my plague doctor done by her, inspired by Micah Ulrich. Thanks for looking. Sorry, I'm butchering language.
So we just have the plague doctor here.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all we're gonna. Sometimes the videos don't work real well. Some of them are just the wrong format for iPads and shit. So
it didn't come.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about the plague doctor.
But the plague doctor is cool. I like the plague doctor a lot. I really like how they shaded his coat. It's got quite a bit of texture to it.
The diagonalness of the shading is what's weirding me out about the coat.
I mean, I think it's got some cool movement.
It's cool. It's got cool movement. It just doesn't seem like it's right.
Maybe not exactly right, but they've done a good trick of differentiating everything that's in this.
Yeah, it's just like the coat looks more like paper, the way it's shaded.
It does look more like paper, I will give you that, but every part of the outfit and what he's holding there, whatever the fuck that is, and the cane and the hat and the beak, they all look like they're a different texture.
Yeah.
Everything
Oh no, I agree.
Like they did it a lot to differentiate things somehow. And it's odd because it feels like it was very hard to do that, right? Like the overcloak looks like a different fabric than the coat.
Well, especially because the whole thing is textured and there's no solid color anywhere, right?
There's a little bit of hard black, but that's it.
But not a ton, right? I mean, they could have done hard black to differentiate things, but they've achieved a lot of different tones by using sort of like a stipple.
I mean, like, my big thing here is, like, I like this tattoo overall, but I always think that these characters that people do, they look like action figures. You know what I mean? Like when you do the whole body.
It looks really stiff.
It's just like, I almost always prefer just the portrait of the thing with maybe a little bit of the collar. So just like the face of the plague doctor. Because like, really what you need when you're doing a plague doctor, it ends here. Like we don't need the coat to fill in the gap. Like the mind will fill in.
Oh yeah.
You see the plague doctor's beaked mask and the hat, you know it's a plague doctor. The rest of it just kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need it. I agree.
Same reason why I was telling that guy no bare belly. You see the bare head and a little bit of his neck here.
Yeah, you don't need his belly.
That's your bear. That's all you need. Your mind fills in the rest.
Well, yeah.
And then you can make that bigger and get more detail in the face.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
But some people, they need to have what they want there. They need to have the character.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's hard to make a scene around this guy.
That's true
Like,
too.
and build it into a bigger concept.
I think that this tattoo has some like proportion issues too. Like if you start like trying to measure out between like this is a really short and stumpy character. It's almost got no legs. Its hands are really weird.
Well, especially because the coat is so long that you just see these little weird feet.
Yeah, and I think that
Don't
if
really
they
look much like feet now that I'm looking at them.
if they had just done the head like you're suggesting, I think that that's where they really were shining in this tattoo.
Yeah,
So if they had
well,
just
that's
did
where
a
all
big,
of the work went.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Even you can see in the shading here, everything in the coat. Though I kind of like the coat, not to say I don't. It's very quick. It's like shade, 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 shade. It's like an hour went into all of this, maybe less, and then 2 hours at the top.
I agree.
So it's a really top-heavy tattoo. It's not given equal weight all the way through. I still like it, but I feel like the meat and taters was in the top, and the top was really all you needed to begin with, and then you could have just made that bigger.
Right.
That's my opinion. You still could have even kept the sunbeams around it.
Oh yeah, the little halo
You
thing.
just
can stay.
suddenly you move that up to the top of the arm, and the sunbeams frame the outer bicep, and you have big plague doctor face here.
Yeah.
Build a whole sleeve off of that.
Totally
That's what I
makes
think.
sense. Yeah.
That's
Good
how
vision.
that's how I would lay that out personally.